Hello again. Today we have 2006 Dragonstorm against 2004 Clamp Affinity. I'm Brandon Patton, and Mark Bromwich is piloting Dragonstorm. Dragonstorm was a deck that used the Storm mechanic to ramp up really fast with Seething Songs and Rite of Flames. Where are my Rite of Flames? Here they are, Rite of Flames. And also Lotus Bloom. And then you play Dragonstorm on your turn, and you get as many dragons as you can based on the storm count. Four Bogardan Hellkites is usually enough to do 20 damage to the face. You also have some hasty 6/6 hunted dragons if that's not enough, or if you've already drawn a Hellkite. I am going to be playing the earlier version of Artifact Affinity. So the story of Affinity was that there was a meta of Goblin decks, Elf decks, Affinity decks, and they all used Skull Clamp. And Skull Clamp was considered a bit of a mistake. I believe they weren't originally intending to have the -1 on there, and that slipped in late in the process. And it just was a too cheap way to draw lots of cards. So they banned Skull Clamp, hoping to create more deck diversity, but instead it just forced out the Goblin and Elf decks, and then the Affinity decks kept getting more good stuff, and Cranial Plating ended up being even better. For speed, at least. And there's a later version of Affinity, which I think is actually stronger than this Skull Clamp version. So I'm going to run this early pre-Skull Clamp banning version of Affinity. It's a little bit more combo-y because you really want to get Disciple of the Vault with Arcbound Ravager. And so at any moment, your opponent is thinking, once he has a Ravager out, you think if he drops Disciple, then he can suddenly sack everything and do tons of damage to me. So it's a little nerve-wracking when you're facing it as an opponent. Dragonstorm is a do-nothing then combo for the win deck, so we'll see what's going to happen. I roll a 3, he rolls a 15, so Dragonstorm must go first.
I think I'll mulligan that.
You know, this is a hand I might keep against some decks, but I really respect the speed of Dragonstorm. So I feel like if I'm not doing amazing stuff, then Dragonstorm is favored. And this is not amazing stuff. Yeah, I mean, I think this gives him too many turns to win. I don't like it. I don't like this hand. I'm going to mulligan. It's so hard for me to mulligan sometimes. I just don't like to mulligan.
It's what a lot of this is about, I think, the mulligan decisions.
Now this hand sucks. Well, there's a scenario where this hand is good. But again, I have to draw really well. Alright, I'm going to mulligan again. Down to 5. This is potentially better, I think. Okay, I'm going to keep this. Okay, go ahead.
Island, tap, slide of hand.
Your turn.
Castle form. Pools, go ahead.
That frog might only cost 1, but and this one is free. Okay, your turn.
Island, it's your go.
Shane, you have no red. Okay, we're going to play Clamp. This is funny because I actually can't draw cards off of it, but I can equip something, and we'll attack you for 5.
Taking damage. End step, I'll put a counter on Castle form pools. It's your go.
Chromatic Sphere. I don't want to pop the sphere because if I name the wrong color and then I draw... So I don't have any blue or black. So I think I gotta save it. 5 damage to you.
I will get good drowse before combat, actually, and tap
okay.
those two guys.
Oh, okay. You can tap both of them now. Alright.
And then I'll add another counter to Castle form pools.
So Gigadrowse can be kind of a fog.
Play Lotus.
Okay. 3 counters on that. There's this red source. Attack you for 5.
Put another counter on this thing.
I'll play Worker.
I'll actually remand the Worker. Make you pay another mana for that.
Play the Worker again. Clamp the Worker.
Mm-hmm.
I get a counter on one of these Frogmites.
Draw 2.
And work goes away. I draw 2. Play a Welding Jar. Say go.
Play Shaman Reef. I'll just play Telling Time now. GG.
What?
No, I mean, I was going to die. I assume you were going to attack me in the next 2 turns, and I had nothing to deal with it.
For 2 turns, but you get another draw, right?
Yeah, but I see what my draw is going to be for telling time.
Oh, you know
So
what your draw
my
is.
pass turn to you,
So.
so I know I'm not going to get it.
I might have been able to get you that next turn too, because I had a shrapnel blast in hand, and I had a
Shrapnel Blast is 5 damage, right?
and I have a disciple. Yeah,
I
so
was dead. Now, Shrapnel Blast alone is you swing in for 5, then
5 and
Shrapnel
5.
Blast, you know.
Yeah.
So I maybe didn't mulligan aggressively enough. You were, like tanking real hard. So my first hand was 2 dragons, a Seething Song, and 4 lands. So I mulled that. Like, that seemed like a no-brainer, right? So the next, what I mulled into was 2 lands, 2 rituals, a remand, and a sleight of hand. I was like, well, I've got rituals.
You had
I've
a lot
got
of dig,
bit
yeah.
draw.
You
I
had a
got
lot of things to
one
dig
draw,
into.
I delay you for a turn and draw another spell. Maybe I dig into something, and I just saw nothing.
Yeah, the bolts are definitely dead. Do you have anything weird in your? You don't really. You have Ignorant Bliss. You have.
I think I maybe put in Pyroclasm.
Oh, Pyroclasm is huge. Yeah, Pyroclasm could be huge. So, I'm worried about
The
that.
question is, what do I side out though against team?
What
Yeah,
about
well, I mean,
Genesis
you get
Chamber?
rid of, you put in Mana Leaks, you take out an Electrostatic Bolt, and the only other thing you consider is maybe a Genesis Chamber, but I'm not sure. It's not that great against me.
What is I guess Pyroclasm can get a Disciple, so I have to wait to play my Disciple. I can't play it early.
It gets Frogmites too.
Whoa, no lands. Okay, deciding what to throw back. Okay, go ahead.
Play Island, tap, play Sleight of Hand. Lotus Bloom.
Nice. Turn 1 Lotus Bloom, that's what you want. I got no play. Go ahead.
Mountain, Lotus Bloom's down to 2 right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. All right. Your turn.
Yep. Pink. There you go.
Thoughtcast. Draw 2. Welding Jar. Skull Clamp.
Sure.
Equip. Attack you for 3. End turn.
I don't. It's one of those things. This occasionally happens. Like you're tanking super hard on what decision to make, and I'm just sitting over here thinking, Brandon, you're dead. Probably almost no matter what you do.
You have it. You have it as soon as the
Basically got
Lotus
this
Bloom
game.
resolves.
I mean,
Yeah.
You know, Seething Song, Rite of Flame, Crack Lotus Bloom, Dragonstorm. Take 20. You're dead. I mean.
Okay.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I had another Seething Song in hand too.
So you can even get an extra dragon, huh?
Yeah, but 4 is enough. 4 Bogart and Hellcat, you're dead.
Okay.
Fast enough. Yeah.
So, game 3.
You going
Come
first?
on, mulligan decisions. Let's see.
No, I don't think so. What about you? Yeah, I think I'll keep this.
I'll keep.
Okay.
We're gonna go Dark Steel, Worker, go.
Island, tap, Sleight of Hand. I will go for Lotus.
1 mana for a Frogmite, 1 mana for a Skull Clamp, attack you for 1.
Sleight of Hand again.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Welding Jar, Glimmer Void, attack you for 3. Play Mirror Enforcer, and pass turn.
Oh yeah, sorry. This goes down. I will pass turn.
Alright, so next turn you've got the bloom. Alright, I'll equip Frogmite. Enter combat.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Take 8. Your turn.
End step, I'm gonna Giga Drowse and tap your lands.
Ooh. You've got the Giga. So you have it, huh?
I think so.
That's the thing about Giga Drowse. Giga Drowse is awesome. Alright.
Yeah. Yep. You're dead.
Woo!
So untap, upkeep, land though I don't need it. So that's
Well, you were dead next turn, so yeah.
oh sorry. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 from Lotus Bloom, Dragonstorm, take 20.
Woo! Just in time.
That's what I was tanking about. I was like, if I don't get, I wanted to shut down the Mana Leak, but I was like, if he has something I'm not aware of with like Ravagers and Disciples, like, do I die if I don't? But I was like, no, you don't have enough mana to do that. A very interesting mulligan decisions. I had a Pyroclasm in opening hand, and for the first couple of draws, it was like the first couple of times I did Sleight of Hand, it was like you can either get like the first one was like, all right, you can get a Lotus Bloom or you can get a land that taps for red, and a taps for red would have been Pyroclasm, because I didn't have any red mana in the early game. Second ritual was like, okay, you can get like a Rite of Flame or a Seething Song, or you can get a land that taps for red. And I was like, let's play aggressive. Let's go for the rituals. Let's go for the things that get me to my win rather than enabling me to play Pyroclasm and wipe your guys.
Sure. Yeah. Wow. Well, you had it. You had it. You had it when you needed it. You had the and you had to have the
Turn
Giga
four
Drowse
win,
because
twice in a row.
I had the mana leak. So
Or you
I
did?
mean, I kind of broadcast it when I didn't use Skull Clamp. But I had the mana leak, so you were definitely going down there if you didn't have Giga Drowse. All right, Dragonstorm had it when it needed it. It was
Two games
definitely
in a row.
back
Turn four,
back
both
to the
times.
wall. Affinity puts it on a fast clock, but Dragonstorm is a fast combo deck, so Dragonstorm advances.